Okay, what's up everyone? Okay, there we are. Welcome. Another day, another live stream. Now, I'll be immediately straight to the point at the beginning of today's live stream. I am pretty sick today, so it's going to be a short one, and I have a meeting in 20 minutes. It's on purpose that I am streaming later than usual because I was resting. But don't know what it is. Maybe the amount of popcorn I ate yesterday during the movie night. But it ain't a good day. But we are here because I do not want to let anyone down. We are live every day if we can, and today we can because I'm home. So thanks guys. So yeah, it will be a short live stream, and what we're going to cover is of course Elliott waves, and then a short bit of time for some Q&A, and then I have a meeting at 3:30. And a second thing, which I will write a update post about later, is that tonight I will fly to the Netherlands. Now, short explanation: on the 11th, which is on Friday this week, my wife and I will leave to South Africa. My wife is South African, and her dad and sister turned 60 and 30, so we will be there for 10 days. Now, I will, because we have a nice own Airbnb and hopefully good internet connection, I will upload content. Of course, the frequency will be reduced because I'm going to be abroad. But the plan is to do mainly live streams when I am abroad. The plan is one a day, but I don't know how all the days are going to look like. So it's just know that the frequency is going to be reduced, and maybe on a day there won't be anything, and sometimes on a day I might be able to do two, but just be prepared, right? So that's the 11th till the 22nd, and then we get back on the 22nd or 23rd. But because we fly through Amsterdam, and I am Dutch, I fly earlier, so I fly tonight so that I have some time to meet friends and family and stuff, because I live in the south of France. So I do have my mom's office actually, so I'm gonna work from her office, and I will also provide content from her office. Now the content will already, the frequency will be a bit upcoming few days, it won't be 3 a day, and but it should be quite solid. I do have a bit of an agenda, but tonight I'll be on the airport, so it doesn't work. Tomorrow night I am with friends, so I won't be able to provide an update. And on Wednesday morning I'll go to a friend. Maybe I can drop one in the morning, but on Thursday at the moment no plans, but probably I'm going to meet with my brother in the evening. So just know that there's still going to be content, but it's not going to be 3 a day. So I gotta try and match it with the time that I have. So just so you are prepared and the expectations are correct, I will write a post about this in Discord, and also drop it probably in Telegram, and then in the community section on YouTube. Sibel was first, that's correct. So welcome everyone, Sibel, Paulo, Di Perfecte Welle, Christian, Yaniv, welcome. Mido, Hollow Crypto, Jeroen, no problem man, no problem. Op het matje. Nadim, GT, Laurie, Siu, welcome everyone. Carl, 57. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the local price action and the daily. Actually, thanks guys, appreciate it. Royal Spies, enjoy your flight. Good luck. Andrew, what's up? Mark, Odin, welcome everyone. Thanks for being here, guys. Let's get started, right? We don't have too much time. Anton, offline, BBN, Harut, Sarega, Martin, welcome, guys. It's going to be a short one for the ones dropping in late. 1, I'm sick. 2, at 3:30, which is in 16 minutes, I have a meeting. And 4, I still have to pack and prepare because I leave to the Netherlands tonight. So the upcoming days till Friday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I will make content from the Netherlands, but the frequency will be different. because I'm not here. I'm with friends, family, so it's not going to be 3 uploads a day. It's going to be a bit of a mix, but I'll try to do as much as I can, as always. Now, locally, of course, price moving to the downside, right? So we had some bearish CVDs here. These already played out, and you can see that locally we have some more bearish CVDs. Yes, we talk about Elliott waves in a second. I just want to drop this. We also have bullish CVDs, but for me, and my experience with CVD over the past years, I am much more interested in CVD on the right side of the recent high. I do realize there's a bullish CVD, but as long as you do not locally create bullish CVDs with price moving up, market structure bullish, higher highs, higher lows, I have no interest in looking for upside. So that's that. Now, with regards to these scenarios, let's drop them on the chart and talk about the probabilities. I also have to drink a lot. That's why I got like a big ass bottle, because I am losing so much liquid. I don't even know why I'm still standing. Let's go. So we're going to be talking about the daily and the 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour time frame. On the daily, your bullish scenario here, a leading diagonal with the alternative being a double 1-2 alternative. So therefore, we first keep an eye on the diagonal here. So we then have a finished ABC, and then 1, 2, 3, you're going to be looking for 4 and 5. After wave 5, wave 1, 3-wave corrective structure continuation. Now, what is important here is that if you compare the time of 1 and 2 and 3 with the move down so far, then you can basically see just by looking at it that this move down is very, very short in time compared to wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3 in this diagonal. So preferably your wave 4 is going to take longer. Now, that being said, the most common structure for a wave 4 is a zigzag or a double zigzag, because in a diagonal, wave 4 always has to be part of the zigzag family, which means you want to see a 5-3-5 zigzag or a WXY, taking out this low. We are talking about this low on the thumbnail, by the way. So actually, when we look at the bullish scenario here, it would be better for the bulls to first take out this low, because it works nicer in the context of the leading diagonal that we have to the upside. And what is also good to know, let me just talk about this, is when we look at CVD, do I have it here? No. When we look at the CVD divergences, on the 4 hour, we also have bullish CVD divergences here. Higher low in price, lower low on the CVD. And that is, of course, something you do like to see for the bulls. And even if you do move down and take out this low, you will still have the bullish CVDs here, right? It's a bit similar compared to what happened here, for example. So we had a quick move down, right? Bit of a retracement, sideways price action, and then the second leg down. Here, we already had bullish CVDs during the first drop. But locally, we eventually saw more bearish CVDs, which means absorption of market longs with limit shorts, pushing price down. There was no interest to long until more locally here, on a 1 hour, 4 hour time frame, we started to move up, bullish market structure with bullish CVDs on the 1 hour, 4 hour time frame here. And that is when this bullish CVD, which was still active, started to increase in probabilities of playing out, with the target being the high, which we took. Right? So that was the most interesting setup. Now locally, right, we have a similar scenario going on where we have bullish CVDs. Yes, we have a bounce to the upside. Now this bounce to the upside, by the way, is supported by bullish CVDs. Bullish CVD, and now again, bullish CVD divergences. Right? So from a CVD perspective, we do have market structure up on the 1 hour, 4 hour with bullish CVD. So we got to keep an eye on the high here just in case. But locally, which is what I like to keep an eye on, we do have the bearish CVDs. And that is something that we saw here as well, right? So CVD is a great tool. We already had multiple bearish CVDs. They already played out, right? So great success, price moving down, perfect. Now we're going to talk about the 1 hour, but just know that bearish CVD is actually there. So from a daily perspective, if we think about the diagonal, we actually like to see another low. It would be better for this particular scenario, right? Now, I will show you a few more scenarios, and don't focus necessarily on every individual scenario like, yo, shit, like there's a lot of scenarios. It's about the confluence between the scenarios. So in the diagonal, you preferably see another move down. Also because this low is made before the 382 fib time compared to most of the waves of the diagonal. Now this is your most bullish scenario, double 1, 2. The problem here is that your wave 2 is 9 times longer than your wave 1, which is not what you like to see. And if you put wave 1 here, this is a very ugly impulse. Wave 1 has to be either an impulse or a 3-wave structure, but in a multi 1, 2, you need to count an impulse here. But by all means, what you are focusing on here is again time. You take a fib time from the start to the high here. 382 on my chart, the low is made before the 382. So even in a double 1, 2, you preferably still take out this low so that you have a bigger corrective structure finishing after the 382. So it is similar to the leading diagonal, right? So actually these two scenarios are the same. You are looking for the same price action. So in a diagonal, gotta be said, in a diagonal, wave 4 has to be a zigzag or double zigzag. In a multi 1, 2, your second wave 2 here can be different structures, right? But by all means, preferably you end your wave 2 after the 382, which is not yet the case as this low is made before the 382, right? So, yeah. Yeah. Let me drop one more. All right, so that's the similarity between the two scenarios. And then finally, here you have a finished 3-wave corrective structure, triangle in Y. A triangle in Y is not common. Right? It's the rarest structure in the wave Y, zigzag first, flat second, and the triangle follows. And in this scenario, this is your E, and then this is 1, 2, and you then look for a 3. Take a fib time from the start to the end, to the high. Here you can see we actually did make a low after the 382. However, what lowers the probabilities at the moment is this, the triangle in Y. So therefore, as it stands, the probabilities are higher for a diagonal. So that is why we keep an eye on that diagonal as well as the potential for a multi 1, 2. Right? So you can see the similarity between the different scenarios. No? Now, finally, by the way, I see a lot of bearish scenarios online that count W, X, and then they count this in a Y, A, B, C. I just like to say that this scenario where you see A, B, and then a wave C, I don't know why it's the highest probability for some, but it's probably just structure, but they forget about time, because if you compare your wave A with your wave B here, then your wave B, I don't know, your wave B is like 7, 8 times longer. Let me check here. Then your wave A, yeah, it's like 7 to 8 times longer in time than your wave A. Which is very, very uncommon that your wave B is so long compared to a wave A. So therefore, is there a bearish scenario? Yes, but I would not label this a wave A, B, C, because from an Elliott wave point of view, it's actually low probabilities because your B is so high. Instead, you want to count this in a wave X, Y, in either a bigger W X and then look for a wave Y down, or W, X, Y, X, Z. In both cases, you are looking for X and Y. So that's why those are the only two letters I have on my chart, because the rest over here is actually not interesting because you're looking at the same structure. So in this case, we are looking for wave X either finished over here or finished over here. Now the main difference is that if X finishes here, wave Y turns into a flat. A, B, we want to see a wave C down, move below A. That is your highest probability scenario in your wave Y if X finishes here. In that case, what are we looking for? Yes, downside. So again, you want to see the low take. If you move your X to the right and you finish X here, so remove the B, remove the A, remove the C, you still need a wave Y to the downside. And a wave Y can be a zigzag, a flat, or a triangle. Now in a zigzag, you're looking for an ABC simple zigzag, right, to the downside. A flat would be ABC. If you take out the high, your bearish scenario is going to be a flat. And then a triangle, but a triangle is lower probabilities, right? So even in the bearish scenario, you're also, of course, obviously, I suppose, in a bearish scenario, you're looking for downside. And if you do take the high, then a flat is your bearish scenario. So from a probabilities perspective, even in the bullish scenarios, it would actually work best for price to either continue the range / take out the low, create a bigger corrective structure. What I am waiting for personally is a market structure change. Because if we zoom in to the 1 hour, besides the fact we do have bullish CVDs here, there is the potential for a bullish double 1-2. Now, is it the nicest double 1-2? No, but it's not invalidated. So in this case, you have your 1, right? Very ugly, very messy. You have your 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, second 1, second 2, continuation. So what gives more probabilities for the bears is to change market structure. You want to change the structure of price moving to the upside. The invalidation here is taking out these lows. That would give confidence to then look for price to take out the lows at 59.9. Also, another thing that would be great to see for the bears is to take out these here, because you invalidate the bullish CVDs, right? So we still have this bullish CVD, right? We have the bearish CVD on the right side, but we still have this bullish CVD here. And if you move below the lows here, you invalidate it. So before I personally get confident in looking for downside and the short, I never really short necessarily the high or the low. I do like to see some more confluence, some more market structure. Maybe a bigger range, right? By the way, your bearish scenario here to the upside is a 3 correction 3. It's both your bull 1, 2, 1, 2 is ugly, and so is your WXY. So therefore, I like to focus, as mentioned, on the local structure on the right side of the recent high. Now, we did lose it was resistance shortly. We moved up and we moved back below again. So now we are again below resistance. So this is, of course, interesting. Resistance, bearish CVDs. See if we can change the market structure. Change the structure, probabilities increase to take the low. And we still have actually some nice support to the downside that is not touched. I do have to go actually soon. Luckily, the one I have a meeting with is in the chat. But first of all, we have a point of control here, right? And the point of control was just missed out. We are now hovering around the value area high, right? So we have the point of control, and besides the point of control, we also still have a monthly naked point of control at 57.9. The support we bounced on here was a daily naked point of control, which is generally regarded weaker than both of those. So it would actually be nice from a confidence point of view to also still take out this low. Now the move to the downside is then counted as an ABC, where you're looking for a wave C to the downside, which means you want to see impulsive structures down locally. We'll have a look in a second, right? And your bullish scenario is a finished three-wave structure. And you look for price to move up. We talk about the probabilities in a second. 15-minute time frame, most interesting. We currently have a three-wave move down, right? So as always, what we then do is this move down is then either labeled as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse, which would be bearish, or ABC. The 618 that I have on my chart here, taken from this high to the low in an impulse, you look for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The invalidation for wave 4 is the 618 at 63,300. So if price can touch 63,300, an impulse down is invalidated. Now your bearish alternative becomes a double 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, big move down. We still have the bearish CVDs, meaning take out this high, right? Probabilities high to take out this high, which increases probabilities, just for completion's sake, of price moving to like 65 mid, because there's not much going on here. I don't have any horizontals. The resistance we found here is a point of control of the range we've been in since March. That's the resistance here. So that's what we touched. But above, there's not much going on. So there's the potential for a quick continuation. No? So local price action on the 1 hour, to be honest, is most interesting to see if we can have a 3-wave or a 5-wave. And that's what I'm waiting for. So with regards to the probabilities, right? On the higher time frame, if we zoom out, at the moment your probabilities are higher to still take out this high, okay? And that is mainly supported by the bullish CVDs. Bullish CVDs here, locally during the move up, continuous bullish CVD. And then again, bullish CVD here. Locally, again, bullish CVDs as well, right? But we have a bit of bear CVD. Quick FIP, by the way. Just checking. Also, this retracement. Yeah, so also from a retracement point of view, taking from the low to the high, we only hit the 382. Uncommon. Common target for retracement is 05786. So also there, you preferably still move down to move into the common target area for your wave 2. Only in the scenario as explained earlier here, you hit the golden pocket. This is your most bullish scenario because you don't need another low. You're good. You're good to go. But that means that this has to be an impulse up. And on the lower time frame, the only bullish scenario that you can have of the low at the moment here, 1 second, up, is some sort of a 1 or impulse, 2, 1, 2 continuation. Invalidation is the low. Right. Yeah. Alternative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But look at the volume. Wave 3 volume is lower than your wave 1 volume. It's not really what you like to see. So double 1, 2 would actually be nicer. Yeah. So let me sum up probabilities, and I gotta go. Meeting guy is waiting, I'm sure. So on the daily time frame, probability is higher to still take out this high, mainly supported by the bullish CVDs, right? So that's important. However, if we look at the daily scenarios, preferably you first take out this low so that you have a bigger corrective structure in a diagonal that would be counted as a wave 4, right? So it's a bigger structure in time. You finish after the 382 as explained in the analysis. In a double 1, 2, you also preferably still continue this range here to finish wave 2 at a later stage. And the only scenario where you do not have to do both of that and still be bullish is this WXY, but the problem is triangle in Y. So you can't really give this the highest probabilities and count this then as a 1 finish 2 and continuation up in a 3. So yeah, preferably you still take out that low and preferably take the low before taking out the high. Now in the bearish scenario, you also are looking for downside where you want to take this low in pretty much all the cases. So from a probabilities perspective, the probabilities at the moment, if you zoom out to like, I mean, it's basically 2 probabilities, but the daily probabilities are higher for the bulls and still take out this high. However, more locally, preferably you take the low first, then look for signs of strength and support, and then get your leg to the upside. Right? So that is what's going on. We also have news this week. Make sure you trade safe Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All right. I will try to be live whenever I can because I will be in the Netherlands. But I think most of this, well, Friday doesn't work because I'm in an airplane. But Thursday should work. Wednesday, probably, which would be nice to catch some of the news volatility, right? And yeah, locally on the 1 hour to finalize this, you are currently below resistance again, right? You have bearish CVDs while currently retesting resistance, so keep an eye on it. And if you change the structure, probabilities are high to also take the low here and then move to the point of control or the monthly naked point of control, which is down here at about 58. Right? Interesting. So I spoke about CVD and the different scenarios. I gotta go because the person I have a meeting with now, even though he is here and I'm sure he understands the few minutes, I want to respect his time in his agenda, and I just want to finalize the analysis, and I gotta go. So. It's time to wrap up the stream. If you have any questions that are also asked here during the live stream and I didn't cover your question, please make sure to write me on Discord and send a DM, because while I'm at the airport tonight, I will have my laptop or phone and I can answer questions. Yes, it is a short stream for 2 reasons. One, I'm sick, actually. Try not to let you notice, but I did mention it at the beginning. So I'm not well. And second, I have a meeting now. And third, I still have to pack for my trip. So yeah, make sure to ask questions in either the comment section, in Discord, maybe in Telegram, and I will get to you. Now, if you joined later, I just want to inform you that upcoming, like this week, the content will be like a different frequency, because I'll be in the Netherlands with family, friends, but I will continue to upload. But you can't expect 3 times a day because of certain appointments and things that I have going on. So I'll try to always make content whenever I can, right? And I do think that on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, minimum 1 a day is absolutely possible, and also fit in some streams. On Friday, I'm flying the whole day to South Africa. And in South Africa, I don't yet know what the days look like, but I take my whole setup with me, and I'll make sure to provide as much updates as I can while I'm there. Usually it's live stream. So when I'm then abroad, I generally live stream from Airbnb, hotels. So I'll make sure to do that, and while traveling still think about you guys and update whatever happens on the chart so that you don't miss a thing, right? So but I don't really know what the agenda looks like when I'm in South Africa, because it's family of my wife. My wife is South African, and there's 2 birthdays. That's why we're there. So there's probably a lot happening, but I'll try to fit in content wherever I can. So just so you know. I will write this in the community section in YouTube, as well as a post in Discord. So thanks, everyone. I appreciate you guys hanging out. It's a short one, I know. But sometimes we have streams of 4, 5, 6 hours. And sometimes it's, 40 minutes or something. 35. So yeah, the way it is. At least you know what I'm looking for. You know the probabilities. And yeah, keep an eye on the divergences, especially the bullish ones are important. You know, on the 1 hour, what we're looking for here as well, right? So we have the bigger bullish CVD, and also locally, we need to see some things invalidated to give more confidence to price taking out the low, but it would be better actually for the bulls to do so. So trade safe, have a plan, have a strategy, right? Make sure you trade in your directional bias, right? Based on your analysis. On the higher time frame, mine remains bullish. So of course, it's more interesting for me to look up. But if there is a short opportunity, you bet your ass I'm going to take that short. So yeah, kipper soup. Yeah, exactly. I know. So yeah, thanks everyone. Trade safe, and I will catch you very soon again.